We're back at where else but TeamSport Leeds today. There's Charlie. Hey Charlie. And I had a not very good kart, so I swapped into an also not very good kart, so I qualified in P9, which is a bit further down than where I'd expect, so I'm hoping to make my way back up through the field. An aggressive line off the start there, cut off Max behind. Bit of contact up at the first corner, so I'm trying to get through past Harvey. Side by side, just about enough space through there. That gives this guy a chance to try and get past though, so we're neck and neck along the bridge. I've got a really compromised line into 5, so I have to take a bit more speed out than I would usually. A little bit of contact as we come through 6. He's through. There goes his mate. There goes Max trying to get through as well, so as we go side by side under the bridge, Max leaves me space. Great racing. I managed to keep it around the outside of 11, which puts me a little bit further behind, but gives me the inside for 12. So hopefully that's the position there. We can maybe try and work together. Like I said, I'm wanting to be a bit further up than where I was and where I qualified, so hopefully it can be a good race. You know, try and keep up with these guys. Coming through the chicane, we are going to look to our left, and Max is going to be there, so I'm going to have to go a bit more defensive. Through 5, I'm able to take a bit more speed in this time. Look to the left, he's not there, so turn 6, and that was that race, to be honest. Nothing I could do to keep up with the guys in front, nothing I could do to close the gap, so just defending against Max. Great race. Charlie, flag waving his heart out there on the line. You love to see it. Gone from member to staff member. Anyway, second race. That put me down in P11 for the start. I try to, again, get a good aggressive start, but Max gets a bit of a better one. He's got the run up the straight, so he's going to take that position on the first corner. Lovely stuff, down to 12th. We go not quite side by side through the first corner, and I'm trying to fight against the people behind as well. Like I said, really want to make my way up through this one. Max is a little bit squirrely, lots of contact from behind there. Lights go yellow, and this one, it was a much longer race, and it was definitely a bit more tiring. They have to sort that guy out on the apex. There we go. He's going to get sorted, and we will be able to go racing again soon. Lights go green. Now, let's get into it. Lots of bunching air. It's sort of caught a few people out. Max goes up the inside. He is out of position for the last one, so I send it up the inside there. Managed to get through. Look around. There he is. He's coming back. He's on the outside though, but he's got a much better run up the straight, so he tries to go around Fisher. That puts him a little bit deep. We go side by side into the chicane. Lovely stuff. Great racing. Great racing with Max all night. We get through side by side perfectly. Into turn 5 though, I have the inside, send it a bit on Max, and then at 6, not on the inside, so I keep going. Now, this is a little bit of a gap to the guys in front, but they are going to be fighting, so we're going to try and use that to catch up and get onto the train, and maybe try and work our way up to first class on that train. Who knows? And as we come through to start lap 3, the cart, yeah, that cart was definitely pulling to one side, which was not useful. But as we come through the chicane, tyre in the road, everyone misses it, I smash it out of the way, and we go yellow. It was not someone's tyre, it fell out. There it is, it was in the tyre wall, it fell out. So I was pretty sure it was just going to be rubber and not rubber with metal in it, which is why I gave it a good old hit. Why not? Anyway, we come through turn 11. Max, very not optimistic, very opportunistic even. Great move, but managed to hold it around the outside again. And starting lap 4, still P11. A little bit of contact up in front. Dan trying to get past Adam. We've got Tom right at the front of the train. We've got Harvey, then we've got Adam. Dan, I'm not too sure who that guy was because he was a new driver. We've got Fisher there. They go side by side. I see that as an opportunity to get through on the inside here. Put my cart on the inside. He looks around, gives me space. Lovely stuff. I give him space on the exit, but then he's not there, so cool. Under the bridge, I'm up into P10. Maybe I can try and get into the single digits. Wouldn't that be nice? We are going through the final corner and nothing going on. So jumping forwards now to lap 6. We've caught on the back of the guy in the 17 cart. Through the first corner, not quite happening, so I'm trying everything, trying to find a little way through, find a chink in the armour, go a little bit wider here, somebody on the inside, so don't want to come across them. I think that was Max again. Through turn 5, through turn 6, Max on the inside, gets the move, fair play. That's me back down into 11th. And Fisher having a go, but luckily for me, gets out of it as we go under the bridge. Some really great racing all night. It was really fun, and you're definitely going to see that as we get on through the rest of the race. So, Jamie gives himself a drive-through. Didn't need to. I guess the app said that there was going to be a pit stop, but Matthew said there wasn't. Jamie still came in for his pit stop. Max goes for a move on the inside of the guy in the white helmet. I tried to follow him through, not quite enough room. So starting lap 8 into the first corner, Max goes deep. That gives the guy in 17 a chance to try and get a cutback. Through the chicane, we're a bit closer. Max goes really deep there into the wall. That gives the 17 guy the chance to get through. Max on the inside, a little bit of contact. I go deep to give me the inside for this corner, and I repay the favour on Max, get the inside line, get the position, and we can now start to try and move our way up the field. Also, this guy has lost the slipstream to the guys in front, which means it's going to be a bit more easy to get past. He's not got the slipstream to help. I've got the slipstream. He goes for the middle, I go to the inside, go late on the brake, go deep into that corner. But he cuts back, points me forward, says let's work together. Yes, perfect, definitely. And jumping forward to lap 14, we've caught onto the back of the train. Got Dan Groves in front, then we've got Joel. So two very good, very fast drivers in the top 10 of the all-time times. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get past, but Dan goes for a move on the inside, bit of contact, that pushes Joel wide. That again gives me the chance to go for the inside. Dan gives me just enough room, get through on the inside, look around, there he is, so go side by side under the bridge. I was a bit scared with that one because this car was definitely pulling to one side with the way the steering was. I didn't want to put him in the wall. We go side by side through the bridge though, all's good. I've got through into P7, jumping forwards. I've been following Joel for ages and not been able to get through, but we're on lap 23. Joel says let's work together. Yeah, fair enough, that makes sense to me. We've got a nice big train in front. Adam going for a move on Harvey, somebody on the outside, I think that's Dan. Nothing going for Adam though. That puts that guy in the nice helmet there out of position. Joel gets through, I follow Joel through, just letting everybody else do all my work for me. Get past, under the bridge, take the line, nicely done, up to 6. We might even get into the top 5 from, you know, an 11th place start. Wouldn't that be good? Anyway, all I've really wanted, this is all I've wanted for ages, this is why I complain so much. I just want this sort of battling and fighting and racecraft and everything, you know? But every now and then you get it and it's fantastic. But also, it's Leeds, so sometimes you get absolute rotters of cars. Anyway, still following Joel. Adam looking, having a think. Tom's still at the front of this train, and the guy in front of Tom, who was just driven off. I don't think we saw him after turn 1, to be honest. He just had an absolutely wonderful race, doing hot laps for the entire time. Coming through to the final corner, I'm on the back of Joel. That guy goes for a move. Fair play. I was just on Joel's bumper, didn't see that coming, didn't expect it. He's through. Dan trying to come through as well. On the inside, he gets the place. Nowhere for me to go, so yeah, cool, good move. So, jumping forwards to lap 28. I'm obviously part of this train, there's a few people behind, and as we are, 28 laps in, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, and who's at the front of the train? Anyway, lap 29, I look to the inside of Dan. Nothing happening, but Dan goes a bit deep. That gives me a chance to try and get the cutback, get him out of position. I get nowhere. Do not get to do the cutback, but we're still on the back of Dan. Looking around, there's no one there. Coming through turn 5 into turn 6, Adam goes for a move on Harvey. Not quite happening. Dan goes for a move on that guy. I managed to follow Dan through. He's still on the outside, so I'm trying to get the move. We go side by side under the bridge. Not quite happening. I'm a bit wide. Max tries to make the most of that. I go very deep into this corner to say, no, you're not having that place. Thank you very much. Ward off the overtake. And we continue on. So, lap 30 now. Adam's still pressuring Harvey. We've got the guy, I think he's called Lewis, in front. We've got Dan and we've got Joel in front as well, so what can we do? How much can we make a move? Joel goes for a big move on Dan, big contact. Dan gives Joel a single digit wave. That guy tries to get the inside of both of them. He definitely gets up the inside of Dan. I follow him through, try to get the cut back on him. Not going to work, but I managed to get the move on Dan, so take the line through the chicane. Very good. I'm loving this. I'm loving this actual using racecraft and actually having to think and, you know, driving the trains and everything. Jumping forwards, lap 36. We are still behind. Adam has caught up to Tom. He wants to find a way past, and Tom has definitely been doing an absolutely amazing job defending for all of this time. And as we go through 5 into 6, Adam goes for the move. Oh, and he's through. So they're not actually completely over yet though. So Tom side by side with Adam, they're still fighting tooth and nail. Adam just gets the move done into 11, his favourite overtaking place. That puts everyone all over the place. Max tries to go through, not happening. Bit more contact. I try to go up the inside of Harvey, not going to happen, but I do get through the inside of the other guy, so that puts me back into P6. Into the first corner, held the position. That guy, he's there, he's not close enough, so we can sit behind Harvey and try to catch him up. He's pulling away a little bit out of that corner, but then as we come through 5, catch up a bit. Through 6, catch up a lot more, so 2 corners and I am on his bumper. Lovely. Let's see what we can do. He looks around, not really need to be defensive in there, so coming up through to turn 11, on his bumper still, into turn 12, he's gone for that same move again. Fair enough, you know, a little bit more contact that time, but sure, no flags, so great. I tried to hold it around the outside of Dan, not going to happen. Dan tries to cut back on that guy though. Max, we go side by side through the chicane. Very sketchy, always very difficult, but always very fun. Always great when you get it clean as well. And into 5, I've kept the place, so all good. Now jumping forward to lap 39. Lots of battling, lots of fighting. I wish everyone had GoPros, it would have been a great race. That guy goes on the inside of Harvey. Harvey puts his hand up, he's not happy. He puts his hand up again, he's complaining to the marshals, he's shaking his head, he is fuming about that overtake. He turns in on Dan. Dan gets through the first corner though. I get a good run. I'm a little bit in front, go into the here.
Oh, fudge. That's broken. Fiddle-dee-dee. That will require a tetanus shot.
Okay?
Yeah. Big hit.
Yeah. Take a minute if you need it. Yeah, Matthew's already called the flag on him.
Okay, sorry.
I will need to put the barrier back together as well.
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. So I think that move actually started all the way back here where he goes for that move on the inside, gets through. I've seen worse there. Harvey, a bit annoyed. He's lost one place, he's going to lose another one, so he turns in on Dan a bit, not really enough room there. I try to go through. At this point, I'm a bit in front. Only a little bit, but I'm a little bit in front, so, you know, I've got space. He leaves me half a cart's width, so I have nowhere to go but into the barrier, get flung forwards, and then smashed from behind, so my head gets flung back. There I am looking at the ceiling. Really hurt. Light's gone red before I've even come to a stop, the lights have gone red. So we eventually get going again. There's the black flag for Harvey. He puts his hand up. I'm not sure how you can really say that that wasn't a black flag. Half a cart's width into the flat out second corner. Anyway, we keep going. We're going to try and get past Fisher. Maybe I can try and salvage some of the 3 places I lost, having ended up in that barrier. Coming through the last corner. Not going to see him go up for his black flag though. Going to look to the outside of Fisher as we go into the first corner. Not quite going on, so Fisher defends it into the first corner. That guy tries to come through. There's Harvey going over the bridge. He's not coming for his black flag. Okay.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Interesting decision. As we come up over the bridge, he's still there on the back of that train. I'm looking to the inside, also trying to defend against the guy behind. He goes for a move on 5, 6 even. I turn all the way around the outside, manage to keep the position. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can get anything else going. You know, just straight back into it, straight racing again, and there's the flag. So that's the flag. End of lap 41, end of the race as well, and cool, 11th.
Smashed it, didn't it?
Oh, that did.
Oh, yeah, I banged my wrist quite hard, but it will way more than me.
So with some good driving, some good battling, some overtakes, I managed to turn a P11 into a P11. Great driving, great night. Anyway, I hope my pain is your enjoyment, and let me know if you would have got out of it as we were heading into the chicane, if you think it was just an accident, you know, just an incident. It was an incident.
Nothing, just an incident.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon, and I'm sure I will see you in a barrier sometime soon.